Is there anything better than a delectable, delicious, and moist chocolate cake? I don't think so. I think everyone needs a great recipe to go to make an amazing chocolate cake. And thankfully today, I'm going to share my favorite one with you. It's always moist, and I'm going to say it's just about foolproof. You'll want this in your recipes to make for a special occasion, a birthday, or any day of the week. It's my favorite go-to chocolate cake. To start, we're going to put dry ingredients right into a mixing bowl and whisk it together. 2 cups of flour, and now 2 cups of sugar, 3/4 cup of cocoa. I like to use a Dutch processed cocoa, it's just a little bit better. Now 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And just a pinch of salt. If you want to measure, 1/2 to 3/4 teaspoon. Now just whisk that all together in a bowl. Once you've whisked your dry ingredients, you can start adding all of your wet ingredients. I love this cake recipe because you don't need to worry about alternating the dry and wet with another buttermilk or anything. You can just put it all right into the bowl, which makes it super easy. It's 1 cup of hot coffee. If you have some left over from this morning that you brewed, you can use that, of course. 1/2 cup of the salad oil, or any light oil like a grapeseed oil, just nothing heavy like an olive oil. 2 eggs, and 1 cup of milk. And now your flavoring, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Whisk them all together to incorporate. As you can see, this batter is quite a bit thinner than a lot of cake batters. That's what makes it so moist and so delicious. The coffee helps too. Halfway through mixing it, you can kind of change to a spatula just to be able to scrape the sides of the bowl and get everything from the bottom. This has been my all-time favorite cake recipe since I was little. I probably made this about every other week when I was growing up. I think my family got tired of it, but I sure never have. Once your batter's ready, you can prepare your cake pans. Using 2 9-inch by 2-inch round cake pans, you're gonna prepare them by greasing the insides. I'm using my favorite baking spray, and then lining them with a piece of round parchment paper, and then greasing that parchment paper. And then I'm lightly gonna dust them with cocoa powder just to ensure that they come out of the pan really easily. And it'll give it a little bit of extra flavor. If you don't have round cake pans, you can of course use a rectangle 9 by 13 pan. But these round pans allow you to have a layered cake, which I always think is worth it. Once your pans are prepared, you just want to evenly pour your batter into the 2 pans. And then place them directly in a preheated 350-degree oven for 30 to 40 minutes. Once you've tested the cakes with a toothpick and it comes out mostly clean, take the cakes out of the oven and place them onto a rack. I'm going to let them cool for about 10 minutes in the pan. You just want to make sure that they pull away from the sides slightly. That's when you know they're cooled. Run a knife around the edges just to ensure that it's come away from the sides. Now I'm ready to flip these cakes out into a rack. I'm just going to turn a rack upside down on each pan and then flip it over. And then since I want my cake to still be at the top side up, I'm going to flip it over again and let it fully cool. That's all there is to this amazing chocolate cake. You can frost it with any of your favorite homemade frostings. I think I'm going to have a frosting that has a little bit of tang with sour cream, but all the sweetness of chocolate still. I'm sure you're going to enjoy this cake with any way you choose to serve it.